You are listening to the VCast.
Bang! We are back with another episode in this new year. You're not allowed to say Happy New Year on the 9th, and it's the 9th when I'm recording this episode, but it's the first episode of the year, and I'm not saying Happy New Year to anyone. If I don't know you and you haven't texted me Happy New Year and we haven't exchanged Happy New Years on social media or LinkedIn or anything, don't say Happy New Year to me at this point. It's over now. But Happy New Year to the podcast listeners, all four of you, however many of you are out there, whoever this reaches in the year 2045 when you're investigating my life for whatever purposes, whether it's negative or positive, I don't know. I can't tell you.
Fraud.
They're investigating me for fraud. And that's almost happened to me before. We can go into that, into my world of fake business.
All right.
Like Tim Dillon likes to call fake business. I also come from the fake business industry. But yeah, it's the 9th of January. We're here, the VCast, episode 60-something. We're getting close to 69, which is an annoying number for me right now because my daughter's 7, turning 8 soon, and she thinks 69 is the most fascinating number right now. She thinks it's fucking hilarious. She says it's upside down. She says it so much that I think she knows what it really means, but I can't ask her because I risk telling her what it really means.
Public school, right?
Yes, bro, it's fucking annoying.
That sounds like the public
God.
School problem right
Yes.
there.
We have Dave Namery here of Jewish fame.
Yeah, you could say that. They don't really want much to do with me these days.
Of Jewish fame. He's been exiled out of the Jewish community. They have kicked him out of church. He is no longer allowed at synagogue, not church. It's synagogue, right? Temple.
It's what it is.
It's what it is. It's where
whatever
they
it is.
gather. It's where the fucking business happens.
Yeah.
Not on the golf course, ladies and gentlemen. Happens in the synagogue, all right? That's it. This is my life. It has ended at this point after saying and disclosing these statements.
No, you're probably fine. We're both we don't have video. That's probably good.
Yeah,
'Cause we're both in
100%.
quite a state.
My phone
My
is fucking
hair's
half
growing
down,
out.
yeah.
We both need to trim our beards.
We both look like we're radicalized.
Yeah, we both look like radical Muslims. Like, that's kind of a throwback at this point. Like, I'm trying to think of like new ways to keep things interesting. Like, I was right wing for long enough, so I'm dabbling in communism a little bit, like MAGA communism. If you ever heard of it,
MAGA
But
communism.
honestly, like,
No, I heard of it on the way here. I was listening to your fucking podcast.
Oh, you were?
Storytime with Dave, ladies and gentlemen. Storytime with Dave. I was listening to
check
it on the
that
way
out.
over here. I
Yeah.
was like, what is this kid thinking about these days?
I don't know, like, but you give me maybe extreme Islam. Bringing that back, like a early 2000s kind of vibe, it might be time for a comeback, like an
Right.
ISIS style comeback.
We got to sharpen these fucking beards. No, what you need to do is, listen, if you want, you can't go backwards because you're only going to attract conservatives. You want to be progressive. So you got to start some new shit, and you got to take your beard, leave the bottom, shave the sides of your mustache, just leave the middle. So you'll have like a Islamic Hitler look.
That is the best of.
You have the best of both worlds.
That's a good style. I mean, like that probably
You will
like
cross the fucking platforms.
because you have to be Jordan level to be allowed to do a Hitler stash.
Dude,
like he did it as just a power move. Like, watch this. That was one of the most badass athlete moves in decades.
Dude, when I get rid of this beard, I'm doing the Hitler beard. I'm
Yeah,
doing
well-
the Hitler fucking Muhammad.
Well, the other part is like I'm like,
Osama bin Hitler. That guy would have been interesting.
oh yeah, that's like a power couple.
Osama bin Hitler.
But that was part of the thing because like I'm like I didn't do comedy for months, like getting back into it. It's like mostly spurred by the whole like Kanye thing that I told you I wanted to talk about. Although that was weeks ago when we decided we wanted to do this, and then we procrastinated so long.
So many things happening. Holidays.
But I'm like, I want to get booked on more shows, so I'm like, I should publicly be a communist.
Yeah.
Because I think that would help. Like, it's like I look around at the comedy scene, especially in New York City, and it's just a certain type of person. And I think they'd be more open. Because I still want to be an extremist.
Yeah.
You know, I still want to be a radical. And if it's got to be communism, that's cool. You know, like, whatever, man. Yeah. Like, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that.
At least as a communist, if people go through it, like, you'll be in power.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, it's also like, you know, play your cards right. I'm just on everyone's side. Because if the fascists win, I'll be like, dude, I was just fucking around. If the communists win, I'll be like, I was being very sincere.
Yeah. Did you see all the information I gave you guys? Did you not get all the messages I sent you? You didn't see every time you guys saw me, I was giving you hidden signals. You guys didn't see any of that?
Yeah,
I've been on your side like the whole time.
Point out hand gestures and photos that aren't really there. I'll be like, you don't know about that one where you put your hand on your left knee? That's a well-known Nazi sign. I don't know. I'm all about self-preservation.
Just make it up as you go. That's what the intelligence community does. Just make it up as you go. Nobody's going to fucking check it.
That's what makes it fun.
Yeah.
I'm just all about having fun, and I like confusing people.
Yeah, I'm easily confused.
A lot of people are easily confused, and then especially when they're emotional about things, and then you confuse them.
See, that's what's fucking dangerous. When you're confused, but you're emotional about it.
It's like dangerously fun, though, if you're the confuser.
Listen, yes, if you're doing it intentionally, somebody, it is hilarious. But have you ever been around someone that gets, like, something happens, they get frazzled, they get, like, disrupted or something, and they, like, freak the fuck out?
Do you mean, like, politically, or you just mean in
life?
I
mean, like, generally? In life, like, in general.
Oh, yeah. No,
but that's like the reflection of the same thing that you're saying. Like,
yeah.
You know, like, you don't want fucking people flipping out and shit.
Well, you're more likely to see someone, like, in your life have someone, like, just freak out on you over politics than anything else, I think. Depending on, like, what...
Religion,
yeah, okay, yeah, politics. You're right.
It's the same thing.
You're right. You know, it's like...
It's the same thing. They've merged.
The secularists, the people who hate, Christianity, they have religion, too.
Listen, that's why Scientology thought they had a shot. Because Scientology thought they'd be able to cross lines into like control and power because of the steps that you have to go through to be a Scientologist. Like, they have just all the information on you, and like they just blackmail themselves. I guess that's where they fucked up. You're like, you got to do like the Illuminati. Like, the Illuminati blackmails everyone else. They don't blackmail themselves.
It seems like it's working, though, for them. I mean, they still have their church. They have a lot of properties.
It only works for Tom Cruise.
Yeah, I mean, it works for Tom Cruise. It works like... My girlfriend's really into, like, learning about Scientology and, like, just all the fuck shit that they do, and, like, David Miscavige and, like, his missing wife, who is apparently not missing anymore. But it's like they're in their own world. They have, like, basically they don't have to abide by the rules of the American government. So there is something, like,
they act
respectable about that.
You know what's very respectable about them also is that they seek the vision of church and state. Like, not like everybody else. Like, everybody else is still involved in the business.
Yeah,
Scientology wants nothing to do with the government. They want to run their own shit and, like, prosper themselves. They're kind of Jewish. It's kind of Jewish in that way.
Yeah, it's like that's the problem. And when I don't mind. This is what I love about MAGA communism, why it's so confusing to people. Because on the one hand, you're like, the working people of the world unite, you know what I mean? And like own the means of production. The workers own the means of production, right? All these like left, really, really far left things. But then at the same time, you're like, we need to return to tradition. Like we need to go back to our Christian roots. It's the weirdest ideology for that reason, because it's like these two things that people are just like, you're not allowed to do that. And you're like, oh, yes, I am.
Yeah.
Yes, I am allowed to do that.
You're going in.
But my problem always with like church and state, I don't have a problem with it, but I don't like the church people, and I don't like the synagogue people. I don't like the Scientology people. Like, I don't want David Miscavige to be involved in the political game. You know what I mean? At that level.
Mishkovich.
Whatever the fuck his name.
I don't know what his.
Dude.
I think you said it right. I don't know.
I
what
think
his
I
name
said
is.
it right. Yeah,
His
I don't
name
know
is just
much about it.
His name is just very easy to make fun of.
Yeah,
Mishkovich.
It sounds like miscarriage.
Yeah, miscarriage. It's like a Russian saying miscarriage.
Yeah.
Your wife had a miscarriage.
That's what I'm saying. So I just don't like I don't know. I just you keep moving along and you're like, oh, I think I like these people. And then you're like, they're annoying me now. You know what I mean? I've been going through this for years. Like
That's what you know what I really wanted to ask you? I wanted to ask you, like, how is your mental state after
January 6th, the anniversary? It's bad, okay? It's really bad. I got very emotional. We almost lost our democracy.
It's the anniversary of when AOC almost died. We almost lost AOC.
Ask your question.
No,
I'm interested.
It's basically on the same path, but like we spend so much time, like before 2020, we've spent so much time like just thinking about conspiracy theories, right? And talking about conspiracy theories and like talking about how crazy the government could get. And like we would say things and people were like, no, they would never cross that line. And then like 2020 happens and COVID happens. And we've been through years of that. And I don't think we've really talked, because you haven't done comedy in a while, so I haven't seen you out. I've only ever just responded to your Instagram stories.
Yeah.
Please follow Dave Namery on Instagram, because his stories when he is not shadow banned are a ride.
Thanks.
Like, I don't know if you sit there and plan that out or if you just do it off the top of your head.
I gather, you gather. I just I see something, I'm like, screenshot. Save that for Tuesday, whatever.
Gotcha. And all right, so there is planning to it. I felt
a little bit,
I felt like there was more planning to it than it was like freestyle, because to do that freestyle, I feel like it would be like a lot of hours and just just a big block of time in one shot. Whereas like you're gathering
no, they're all there.
little.
Like when I decide to post a story,
yeah.
it's
So
all there.
you going you having that like train of thought for over a week and then releasing it.
Yeah.
Is fucking tremendous.
Exactly.
And then so like just like that's the only interactions we've had. It's like me responding to the fucking hilarious ride that you take me on in your fucking Instagram stories. And then so we haven't talked about all the nonsense, but like where's your headspace at? Because for me, I am just like, I don't know. I'm dangling. I don't know. I can't believe anybody anymore. Like everything's a fucking Matrix. Like
you know what is funny? I literally was just thinking Tate when you said Matrix, and he always talks about that Andrew
Matrix.
Tate.
I said this. I thought the same thing.
This is what that I've been thinking about recently, and you'll be able to relate to this because we were way ahead of the curve in terms of, and there were a lot of people who were, but not that many. But in of all the bullshit of COVID, it was like a month in, and we were like, oh, this is fucked. I don't even know if it was a month. It might have been 2 weeks, and I was like, this is fucked up. I was like, this is bullshit.
A good 2 weeks where I was fucking taking my clothes off in the basement before I went upstairs.
Yeah, and I didn't know anything about Tate till very recently. And I know he does his Hustler University, this is how you be a man, you traffic women, you slap them around a bit. That's what being a man is about, whatever his shtick is. But all of a sudden, I started seeing videos of his pop up this year, 2022, where he's talking about oh, COVID was all nonsense. It was all about control. I'm like, where the fuck were you? I'm like, I was saying that shit when it was actually these people, and Tate's just one example, but there's so many people. They wait till it's okay, and then they're like, yeah.
They're flip-flopping.
It is all bullshit. I've been known about that. No, you didn't.
The internet has receipts.
Yeah, it's got receipts.
The internet has receipts.
You could go listen to my podcast in May 2020, and I'm saying that shit.
Yep.
I'm like, where's all your shit? You waited 2 years, and you got you got your Hustlers University talking about being a man. It's you were man enough to call this bullshit out when it was
But I think he blew up during the pandemic. I think that was
Probably
his
true.
big
Like maybe
rise.
he was, for all I know. Maybe he was calling it out, but it was just like it. Those things were only going viral like a few months ago. I started seeing it, and I'm like, dude,
He's
we're
definitely
we're
recent
past
for me
it.
too.
And like in some ways it sucks. I mean, in a lot of ways it sucks that we're past this. Like everyone just moved on, and I'm like, no, I still want to talk about it because you were an asshole. And they're like, no, we're not talking about it anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whatever.
That's why I hate that I don't have my Facebook account. That's the hard. I think, and
I
think
deactivated my Facebook account this week.
no, but I heard
hadn't
you
been on
talking
it in
about
like
that.
a
I heard
year,
you
yeah.
about. I knew it's fresh. I knew it was fresh because you tried to reference something on your
Yeah, and then I was like,
podcast,
oh,
you're like,
yeah,
oh damn, I
deactivated
deactivated it.
yeah.
But I don't I like with fucking Andrew Tate. He probably came out in the fucking during the pandemic. Like he blew up, and then like that's when we started seeing him. But I wish I had my Instagram for those receipts. Like because like no, not my Instagram, my Facebook. See, you saw me coming around. Like I lost my train of thought, and I was like, let me live think this out.
Yeah, we're back.
I made the full circle back to Facebook, being deactivated from Facebook for saying shit that's getting published in fucking mainstream articles
just like
now.
accepted.
It's so
facts.
fucking stupid.
It's so frustrating, but it's like there's just you can't do anything about it. Like you just have to. I was trying to tell this to conservatives and to like ANCAP people because I'll be on one of the Reddits that I'm on like sometimes is like anarcho-capitalism, right? And like I kind of like these people. I like libertarians. Like I don't think it's it's a loser ideology because it loses. I don't mean people are losers for being libertarians. I mean libertarianism loses because they're so like principles. I have principles. And I'm like, okay, yeah, you won 2% of the vote.
Yeah.
How's that working out for you?
Yeah.
You know, Democrats and Republicans look around and they're like, okay, principles. Look at Mr.
cheat.
Principle over here.
We
Like,
cheat, bitch.
have fun with that. Have fun with those principles, guy. Like, you'll never have power. Because, like, power dynamics are different than, you know, your morality or your principles. It's just a different thing. You have to, like, be more Machiavellian about it if you're going to get anywhere.
You know what libertarianism needs to do is they need to win locally. Forget about the president.
They shouldn't even pay attention to the presidential
don't even worry about it. You
They
can't
shouldn't
even get in.
run. They shouldn't
You can't
run.
even get in. No,
All
you
they
can
do is
run somebody.
Well, all they do is take 2% away from Republicans.
Yeah, fuck that.
So just don't run in a general
run
election.
And just leave the fucking presidency alone.
They could win, like
they do win locally.
Yeah, like a city council or something. Maybe not a city, but like a town council. You know what I mean? Like then they could be kind of useful there. But I'm just talking in terms of like who has power, who actually has power, and it's like tangible, and they actually make things happen.
Yeah. Well, they control it all.
But ANCAP people on the anniversary of this is what I was trying to say to them. Like I was talking to one of them on like Reddit. I wasn't arguing. We were having a discussion, which is rare on the internet, you know. But I was just like, someone was posting about how they killed Ashley Babbitt like 2 years ago today, this travesty where they murdered this innocent woman. And I'm like, dude, you got to understand about like a white liberal. White liberals, the thing they're most upset about from January 6th is that they didn't kill more people. Like that's what white liberals are upset about. Because they're like, well, they did it to Ashley Babbitt. Why couldn't they kill them all? You know what I mean? Like, and obviously that doesn't apply to all white liberals, but I'm saying like that's kind of in there. They gloat about, like they celebrate her death. And I'm like, it's weird to celebrate anyone's death.
Yeah.
You know, even when like Hillary Clinton dies, I'll be like, rest in peace, King. You know, like you did a lot down here, whatever. Like I'm not going to like dance on her grave. I'm not going to like celebrate her death.
Only the Haitians will.
But I'm like, you got to understand these people's headspace. It's like you're in different worlds. And then they're like, people need to be held accountable for this. And I'm just, no one's going to get held accountable for that. Anthony Fauci's not going to go to prison. I mean, that's a different topic. If anything, maybe Pfizer gets screwed.
You think
maybe.
they would? You don't think the House Republicans are going to go? I mean, they can't even pick the speaker, much less see if they can get fucking Fauci locked up.
Look, they will hassle him and make his life a lot more difficult, and we can take some respite in that because he'll be dragged into these committee hearings constantly.
Give me some more Rand Paul clips. I need a few more Rand Paul clips.
Yeah, and Rand Paul will be there, and it'll be whatever. If it's like a House committee, be like Matt Gaetz,
That's
whatever.
all you get.
But
they hire these guys. They hire these guys. What your representative is hired for is not to represent you in Congress. He is to represent Congress to you.
Right. Yeah, no, I mean, it's like
he's there to do the fucking dance for you.
Yeah, they're there and they want to stay.
Make you think that you do have a voice.
Yeah.
And that you are being
That's why
to.
I think, like, because people, this is a tricky one. When you talk to people about democracy and you tell them that it might suck, you know what I mean? Like, because everyone throws that Churchill quote at you. They love that Churchill quote. They're like, Churchill was like that drunk. He just say random shit and they wrote it down. They're like, this guy's so smart. But he said, democracy is the worst form of government besides every other form of government. And you read that quote and you think it's profound, and then you think about it and you're like, is it though? Like,
he just said that.
Like, he just said that.
He was taking a shit when he said that.
Yeah, and then everyone thinks it's like gospel, and they're like, well, Churchill said it. I'm like, dude, Churchill wasn't really. Listen, in World War II, it's like it was FDR, it was Hitler, and it was Stalin. Churchill was there. He was wasted. He wasn't really doing much. Okay, like he wasn't like a power player here. Like it was the big three. That was who was involved in this conflict. But when you tell people like about the reason someone gets so upset about you, I was thinking about this last night. Someone gets so upset about your opinions because they think you have a voice. Like, you'll notice that the people who think like voting is really important are also, I've noticed, the most likely to get really upset over politics. They will, like, you say the wrong opinion, and those are the ones who snap at you. How could you possibly believe that? The reason they get so mad at you is because they think your voice matters, because they think their voice matters. Like, they haven't wrapped their head around the idea that it is all like facade and it's more of an oligarchy than a democracy. I mean, it's like entirely an oligarchy and not a democracy. But if you just take away that illusion entirely and you go, your voice doesn't matter, you don't get to vote, it's an interesting dynamic. Because then I'm thinking, like, are they that mad at you over your opinions if both of you know for a fact that neither of you have any sway over this? You know what I mean? It's like, I just thinking about it last night, and I found it an interesting
when things
idea.
go bad, they just send you to another fucking commercial. Like back in the day, at least they had television to distract you because that's all you had.
Yeah.
But now there's so many, like they have to, it's like watching one of those cartoons where the dam is broken and all these holes keep popping up. That's what the internet. Yeah. That's what the internet did to the government's truth. And it's like
it's too many people being, because even when it was like, even when the media was lying, because it's like, and all the CIA stuff and like Operation Mockingbird and people
don't know about that though.
More people now than ever know about that, but it's still not that many.
But they're still like, if I talk to like anybody that still watches the news and doesn't get any information online, and they look at YouTube and they're like, what the fuck is that? Like,
they're like, it has to be wrong.
They just think it's like me and you, or like, or like not even me and you. They think it's like amateurs making videos.
That's all it is.
Right? That don't know what they're talking about. And they're like, no, it's like the same thing. It's just without, the filters.
Well, this is the problem too, and that's why it's so confusing, and like why you have so many people now, at least in like the 70s. Who was that guy who was like the really famous Dan Rather, right? Is that who I'm thinking of? Dan like Rather? The really, like, he was like the guy.
Yeah.
On like whatever, CNN, I don't even know if it was CNN, but it was like that news that everyone would watch. People watch more of the same shit because there weren't that many options.
There was another guy. There was Dan Rather's one.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the guy, but I can't remember his name.
Yeah. No, but Dan Rather, that's going to be annoying.
It's not, whatever, it's fine. But at least then, like, you're getting lied to from one source, and you don't have a bunch of people telling you that that person's lying. So you're pretty at peace with, like, what's being told to you, even if it sounds a little fishy.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, whatever, like, hey, he's saying it, like, the news is saying it, so it's okay. Now you have people, it's why it's so confusing, is that you have people who are like, hey, everything that Don Lemon is saying is a lie. And then you have someone else saying, like, all that shit that Sean Hannity is saying is a lie. And you're like, okay, well, I'll go listen to this YouTube guy. And then some other YouTuber's like, that guy's full of shit. And like, everyone's just like, it's hard to find reliable sources. It's really hard to find reliable sources. It's a problem because you get confused because you're like, oh, you
gotta listen to Young Turks, bro.
Yeah,
exactly.
You gotta listen to Chapo Trap House, or like, you gotta listen to Michael Malice, or like whatever the fuck. Some of these people I like, but I'm just like, damn. You know, I mean, it's like, I went through a phase where I was really like into ANCAP, like anarcho-capitalism and like libertarianism. And then I just heard really good arguments against it. And I was like, I think those are better.
Every bubble's popped.
We're moving, you know? And then, it's like, I get on this like right-wing kick, and like, I like right-wing, but I don't really like Republicans. They annoy me. And I forgot how much they annoy me because they were so good throughout COVID. Like, they really were good throughout COVID. I have to hand it to them. But then as soon as it was Ukraine again, they forgot everything. As soon as Ukraine came about.
Yeah.
And I'm like, did you learn nothing? Because I didn't need, like, when Ukraine first started, when the war, like, the troops are building up on the border, I didn't know about the backstory, the history there, like 1991 and 2014 and all that shit. I didn't know about it. But I looked around and I was like, Hillary Clinton supports Ukraine. Mitch McConnell supports Ukraine. George Bush supports Ukraine. Barack Obama supports Ukraine. Everyone who I view as a like severe political enemy stands with Ukraine. So I don't. I'm like, I don't. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I don't even need to know more than that.
Arms
I
sales.
don't support it. Yeah. And then all these conservatives were like, you have to be a patriot. It's time to support Ukraine. And then they just go back into Russia is evil mode. And I'm like, you guys didn't learn anything.
Did you see the video of that guy? I don't know what government it was, but the fucking guy that his they tried to put a Ukrainian flag up.
Oh yeah,
and he comes up.
That
and
was
he
like
rips it
Romanian
down.
or something like that. Yeah, no, he just comes up and he rips it out of their hands. Oh.
I need congressmen like this.
I need something like that.
Listen, we are at the point in this country where we need our representatives to start hitting each other.
I don't know, like they
I need to take the shoes off and start fucking whacking each other in the middle of fucking session.
Who like tried to go at Gates?
Yes,
that's it kind of looked like it, but it also looked like it was like, all right, it's not gonna happen. He was doing it like for show.
He was like, all right, hold me back.
Yeah. He's like, before he even started, he's like,
listen,
hey, I'm gonna rush at Gates. Could you just hold me back?
Hold me back. I don't want to really hurt this guy.
I don't want to actually have an altercation here. Like, let's do it for the cameras. Come on.
I have a bad back.
I don't want to. Like, I got a disc impingement. I've been going physical therapy.
But I gotta send the message right now. I gotta send a message.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like
leadership will love it
because that's like people get so worried.
Then afterwards, he's like, "I told you to hold me back, but not by my face." I don't know. You had to hold me back by my face.
Yeah,
that was too much.
But that's what like people, everyone, you know, Americans, like people know America, and you know Americans, and like this idea that there's gonna be. On the one side, they're like, it's Marxist infiltrators and there's going to be a communist revolution here and they're going to, violently overthrow the government. I mean, probably not a lot of them think they're going to violently overthrow the government. But then people on the left are like, it's all Nazis and they're going to overthrow the government. And I'm like, no one's going to overthrow anything. Like, people are just chilling. People want to just chill. Mm-hmm. No one's going to do that. They'll look online. Like when on January 6th, to bring it back to that, I turned on the TV and I was watching it with my roommate and I was like, this is great. I was like, this is so funny. And we were just watching it as entertainment.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how. I really, really, really am amazed. And I admire the mainstream media. I hate even saying mainstream. I mean, like the corporate media. I love the way that they... I love the way they're able to shape people's opinions about things with the way that they edit videos, like the way
Oh,
that they
yeah.
and it's literally not even the editing of the videos. It is the editing of the videos, but it's also the commentary as the videos are playing, and they're fucking better than WWE announcers.
Yeah.
They're better than WWE announcers. I don't know if you've ever heard that analogy that politics, like Democrats and Republicans, are like WWE, their heels and faces.
That's Chris Hedges stuff.
Right?
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
the announcers is the mainstream media, is like the media, and they're painting the picture for you. They're telling the story of what's going on in the ring. And that's like what the fucking announcers do, because when I saw it, I was like, look at all these fucking crazy ass people running into the fucking Capitol.
And walking within the velvet ropes.
And like these people, I'm like, oh, they
these
really
are
got through
insurrectionists.
it.
This is a coup, and they're walking in between the velvet
they're being
ropes.
guided by like security and stuff. They're like, no, come this way, don't touch that.
Yeah.
Like when they were inside, the reason they didn't destroy the place was because security was telling them, hey, don't touch this.
Yeah.
Don't go over here.
Exactly. And they were like, sorry.
Yeah.
And that I have a podcast recorded that's coming out on Thursday that is like, I started to just go on Vice sometimes and like see what they're talking about, because it's really good content. It's like free content. I can just make fun of what Vice is saying. And Vice had this article. Dude, I was saying, Vice had this article that was like, this Vice journalist like interviewed a Harvard professor and some like Israeli activist who I never even confirmed if he was Israeli, but his name sounded really Israeli. And it's a comic book about what if the coup had succeeded.
Yes.
I'm like reading this interview with them, and that degree of fantasy, it's like unparalleled. Because with COVID, it's like, at least like people were getting sick.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, people always get sick, but like you had some evidence there.
Yeah.
With the January 6th thing, you're like,
what happened?
What does the word coup mean to you? I mean, they're like,
they're not even organized.
They don't have guns.
Yeah,
they don't have guns.
They don't have guns.
They don't have the military. I'm
around.
Like, you can't have a coup if the military is not with you. Like, you have to have the entire military agree to change, the hands of power. Yeah, that's how a coup works.
What you had was an unscheduled tour.
Yes.
It's what you had.
Exactly.
An unscheduled tour that got out of hand. Some people definitely should have been charged with trespassing.
I guess, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
sure.
You went in the office and put your feet up on the desk.
Yeah, okay. Give them a trespassing charge.
You want to play fucking games. But the other side of me is, what? Like, I really, really despise how holy people try to make these institutions out to be. That really rubs me the wrong way. Always. Like when people are like, oh, like, I can't believe they did. Like, like they just, their response to it is like, so you can't touch the holy halls of justice.
Yeah.
Like, how dare you desecrate the land and the hallways that Obama walked on?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like that whole ideology kind of response, ideological response to it is like really disturbing to me.
It's like there's all these pictures of these men who they think were like these brutish, horrible slave owners all over that sacred house.
Who do they think built those places?
It's like they're so confused.
Yeah,
but they don't know that they're confused.
If anything,
so they're
they
not, I guess.
Yeah. You know what? If it was this is the other side of it though. If it was all black people going through, that would have been the narrative. Like, well, that was the house that their ancestors built.
Right.
So they deserve to be able to walk through there and not be told what's due.
Yeah.
That is their.
They built that house.
They built that house.
They'll do whatever it takes.
Yes. Reparations should be that they should be allowed to kill security inside.
I'm not even like, I listen to, like, you ever listen to MoFax? It's such a good, such a good podcast.
I'm trying to load up fucking Vice because I had Vice. As soon as I opened my fucking Safari, I had Vice open.
Vice is hilarious because it's like with the speaker thing that happened, the Speaker of the House thing, they are like celebrating it, liberals, but I'm like, I don't think you realize what happened. Like most people don't really know how it all works. I'm like, just watch House of Cards, but watch it like a documentary. Don't watch it like entertainment. Watch it like a documentary, because they think, oh, this is so embarrassing for Kevin McCarthy. And it was like humiliating for Kevin McCarthy, definitely. And I don't like Kevin McCarthy. So we're on the same page. And I love being on the same page as liberals. It's like the best. When I get those rare moments, when I get to agree with liberals, I love it. Because it's like they have all of the power in terms of like what you can say, what acceptable opinion is. And when you get to agree with them, I'm like, I love these people. You know what I mean? I'm like, we just got to get them thinking a little bit better, but they would be amazing allies. Like, that's how I feel about liberals. I'm like, they might be enemies for now, but not necessarily always. Maybe they'll be our greatest friends someday. You know, like if the circumstances allow for it, but whatever, like that's an aside. But wait, what was I talking about before that? Damn it. Well, whatever. I feel like that was a good standalone.
That was a valid point.
Damn. Okay. Well, whatever. I was on a tear, but I lost it.
You were ripping it up, and you just went off on your own. Like,
I know. I always go tangents, and then I forget what the fuck I was talking about before.
That's all right.
I do that on my podcast all the time.
That's good. That's how you keep the fucking the mind sharp.
Yeah, but then I'll listen back to it. I'll be like. Oh, people are gonna be mad at me.
Yeah, like, man, I really.
I'll be like, I gotta tell you guys about this thing.
I really should have made this point.
Oh, yeah, like, oh, you guys aren't gonna believe this, and I'll literally do an entire hour, and I won't touch on it, and then I'll listen back to it, and I'll be like, I gotta get that on the next episode.
You know who did a fucking? You ever see Eddie Pepitone live?
I never seen him live, but like I seen clips and stuff. I mean, I know, like I'm familiar with him.
Dude, if you ever get the chance to see him live, he came here, and I saw him live, but I didn't really get to appreciate it because I'm like fucking running around working and shit.
Yeah.
And then Mike said, "Let's go see him at what's that place in John and Peters?
I think
it's in Pennsylvania or something. It's where Franco Danger filmed his fucking.
Oh yeah, okay.
Right, and we went there to go see him. They have a fucking crazy mic I want to go to on Mondays, where it's like a fucking hour and a half ride, but it should be, I don't know, should be pretty fun. Anyway, we went to go see him there, and he does that. He does that a bit like that, where first of all he comes out and he's like, I'm on Molly.
Yeah.
But he came out over there and he had these fucking glasses and he's like, I'm on acid.
Mm-hmm.
And I timed it perfectly.
Yeah.
And he's like, he goes into this whole thing. And then all of a sudden he's like, and he takes off the thing. For like a good 5 minutes, he had me believing that he was on acid. I was like, this fucking guy really did fucking take the acid and come out here because he's going so long with it. And he's killing. He's fucking killing with it. And I'm like, this guy really fucking is that like you take me on this ride where I get lost in it, and then he just fucking ends it.
Yeah.
Takes the glasses off, and then he's like, I got to talk to you guys about I got a funny story about these glasses, right? Or like a really important story, or like he makes it like this grandiose point that he has to tell you about these glasses, and then he goes off on a tangent, a 10-minute tangent. And then he's like, oh, and then after he rips you apart with the 10-minute fucking tangent where you're dying, he stops and he's like, oh, I forgot what I was trying to tell you about these glasses.
I love doing that, dude.
And
that's the best. I didn't know he did that.
But then he goes off on another tangent and doesn't get to he'll do that for 40 minutes.
Yeah,
bro.
dude, that's the best.
And then all of a sudden he's like, oh. And then he's like, then what he had to tell you, it wasn't even.
Yeah. That's, dude, like I've done that before. I love doing that. That makes me really happy that he does that because I love that.
And he is masterful.
Yeah.
Oh, but he also, in the same show, didn't get off the stage. He ended the show and then made the host was coming to walk, and then he kept going, would do like another 5 minutes, and then go to get, and then he'd do like another 5 minutes, and then you go, and then do like he did that for like a good 20 minutes, where it was so bad he had all of us standing, Like everybody was ready to leave.
Yeah.
And he kept coming back
That's
and taking the
awesome.
mic and doing like another 5 minutes, and everybody's standing and laughing. Oh my God, he's a fucking he made me such a fucking instant fan. I'm like that. I'm like, all of a sudden, I'm like, he's the best comic of all time.
That's great.
Yeah, he's so good. But it's funny that you say that, like taking the tangent.
Yeah, I mean that's like what I do now too. Like with stand up, is now, and we won't delve into stand up too much because it bores people.
Sucks.
But just like something I started doing because I thought it'd be funny is like, especially at mics or when it's a short set, like 5 or 10 minutes, and I'm like in the middle of something and I get the light for a minute and I know it's gonna take longer. I like say, like, fuck, I got the light, but I'm in the middle of this and I'm not gonna finish it. And I just tell them I'm not gonna finish it, but I'm like, I'm gonna, and I'll say to the host, I'll be like, light me again in a minute.
Yeah.
And I'll just like get as far as I can in the joke. And then when I get the second light, I'm like, all right, I gotta go. And I just leave, like, I'll be in the middle of a sentence and I'll just be like, all right, that's my time.
Yeah.
Bye. People are like,
yeah, somebody else did I thought I was so original by fucking saying, all right, well, and then just walking off.
that is always fun. Like, that is still fun, even though it's like, it's not the most original, but it is still fun. You know? Like,
I
it's
saw
one thing to
somebody
do.
do it. I saw somebody do it here at the, I forgot who it was. I saw them do it here. And it's just like, if you time it perfectly, it's such a fucking great walk off.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
And you just, just fucking leave it, fucking hanging. Dude, this fucking, like, entire journey of seeing people go full retard, you know, like in fucking Chop.
Yeah.
Don't
Full
go
blown,
full
full
retard.
blown.
Yeah, people went full fucking retard.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying before. I don't even think I ever finished my point about Facebook, like not having my
Oh, yeah.
Facebook back. Like, I wish I could go back because I had so many arguments where people was like, well, where's the data? Show me the studies. Like, and it was like, dude, how do you not see this?
No, yeah, it's like,
It's so obvious.
you just can't deal with those people. It'll never be enough. I mean, example, something that happened recently, they released more of these JFK files. And then like Tucker Carlson does like a big special on it, you know, whatever. He's talking about it. And then people who watch Tucker are like, dude, did you hear? They proved that the government killed JFK. I'm like, dog, like James Angleton, who was like the second in command in the CIA, admitted on his deathbed like 40 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't enough for you? Like the guy had like lung cancer. He wasn't dying. He didn't have dementia. He was like 78.
Yep.
He had lung cancer. He, on his deathbed, admitted that they did it, but tried to make it seem like he wasn't that involved. But he did admit that the CIA killed him. I'm like, if that's not enough for you, nothing will ever be enough for you.
Yeah.
So I'm like, these new revelations, do you really think that my boomer parents who know for a fact that Lee Harvey Oswald was a lone wolf,
Yeah.
do you think that they're going to change their mind because Tucker Carlson, who they hate, like breaks this new information from the JFK files? I'm like, dude, just stop.
You
Just
know,
stop.
you remember the guys that got caught in the grassy knoll, the hobos?
No.
It's like 3 hobos,
Mm-mm.
right? There's 3 hobos that got caught in the grassy knoll where the smoke came from. And one of them was this guy. Oh, man. He's in the JFK movie that Oliver Stone made. Yeah. And he's like a CIA, he's a CIA guy. And he was one of the guys that got arrested on, that was one of the hobos.
Yeah.
And he, on his deathbed, admitted.
There's
that-
so many deathbed confessions
Yeah.
around this thing. I'm
And
like,
but that one I know of because I don't know if you ever see the Jesse Ventura conspiracy show.
no.
Jesse Ventura had a conspiracy show. I forgot where. It was like, you know, almost like Joe Rogan's asking.
I
thing,
know,
you know?
he had it. It was on like one of those random
True
like Spike or something,
TVs
whatever.
or
Yeah.
ID something.
Yeah.
It was on one of those, and he had an episode where he talks to the son of that guy.
Right.
And that guy they had it recorded.
Yeah.
And everything, and they were like trying to fucking tell people about it. Nobody was like,
No one cares.
no one cares.
No
What
one
are you
gives a
gonna do
fuck.
about
I
it?
mean, like, I read, this is what started my whole conspiracy theory journey, which I'm like, I don't really do
JFK
it too
is
much
the OG.
anymore. But it starts for a lot of people with JFK. It starts with JFK or 9/11. Like for most people,
Now it's
some people it
9/11,
started with Pizzagate, but those people got a little crazy. Those people got a little crazy. I think the funniest part about Pizzagate is that like a lot of that shit's true. That's the funniest part of it. And like you just can't say that out loud because people will be like, oh, look at this retard. And I'm like, I know, but like it is. And that's what's funny about it. But I remember like when I started listening to Tim Dillon, a little bit before he blew up, he was like, I don't remember how I found out about him. I think it was like a YouTube recommendation. But he would always say, read these 3 books about JFK. It's like The Devil's Chessboard. That's just about the CIA and it focuses on JFK. That one just alone has enough. Like you read that book, you can't read that book and then not think that the CIA did it. And then you got Family of Secrets, which is about like the Bush family, because like Poppy Bush was involved too. Yeah, the elder, and well,
they've been involved in shit since forever.
Oh yeah, they're a dynasty. Love those guys.
Wars a Racket.
Those guys. Yeah,
Wars a Racket. Smedley Butler,
and then Mary's Mosaic, which is like a totally different kind of angle on it, with like one of JFK's like lovers who she was onto it too. And then even when you go deeper into that too, and they touch on this, I think in Family of Secrets, where it's like Nixon knew. And he would talk about it, he'd say the Bay of Pigs thing. So there's recordings of him, the Bay of Pigs, like on phone calls and stuff, and he goes, the Bay of Pigs thing. He's talking about, because they killed him because of the Bay of Pigs, because he humiliated the FBI, particularly Alan Dulles, who had to like resign in disgrace.
The CIA.
Yeah. So...
he was gonna fuck them up. He was like
he was gonna, but that was enough. I mean, he did fuck them up, and he fucked up their reputation really bad. And that was like he signed his death warrant right there. So Nixon, like they set him up with Watergate, because that's like the if you're going chronologically with conspiracies, the next one is that Watergate was a setup by the intelligence community to get him out. And Nixon, when he figured out what was going on, and he's like, I know too much, he's basically like, please just let me live. He's like, don't kill me.
That's when he does the peace sign.
He does the peace sign. He's just out of there. And they're like, hey, man, that's fine with us. Listen, you're off the map. You're dead to us. Like, you don't have to literally be dead.
That's also, like you said, like you see how they got their reputation destroyed by JFK. Like the CIA's had their reputation destroyed by JFK. So what would they need to do to the rest of the world to let them know that they're fucking gangster? It's like, we're going to fucking mop the president up.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we're going to mop the president up and keep continuing business as usual.
And then, again, it's like, you could be mad about it. There's nothing that can be done about it.
Yeah.
But you could also be like, it's just badass, dude.
Impressive, bro. It's impressive.
You killed the president. You got away with this.
Like, what a dynasty.
It's like
you talk about dynasty. Fuck the Yankees.
Like, you could talk about these things.
Fuck the Yankees.
You could be honest about these things, and like it doesn't mean I support the CIA. It doesn't mean I like that they killed JFK. Yeah. Shit's baller as fuck that they did it. Yeah. Shit's baller as fuck. 9/11 is a little different because I'm like, I can't like give them props on that. I can't, even though it was also masterful how they did it and got away with it. But I can't give them props on that because it's just like with JFK, it's just like it was one guy. There's sketchy family too. Like the Kennedys were a fucking power dynasty.
They had it
too.
coming.
They knew what game they were playing. They knew what game they were playing. No one in the towers knew what game they were playing. Yeah. But Kennedy knew what game he was playing. So that's a little different. Where I could go to Dulles and I could be like, "You son of a bitch, you fucking crushed it." Yeah, but I can't go to like
God damn, you guys pulled that off.
I can't go to like Cheney and Rumsfeld and be like, "Yeah, you guys really crushed it with that 9/11 thing." Like, nah, fuck you for that. That was super whack.
You guys gave us Pete Davidson.
Yeah, what the fuck?
You gave us Pete Davidson, you sons of bitches.
You fucking assholes. You pieces of shit.
That's fucking crazy. Dude, the way I got into conspiracies was I had lost my job and I was like looking for work, and while I was looking for work, I was looking at YouTube videos, and I stumbled across Ron Paul videos.
Oh yeah.
Right, and Ron Paul's debate videos, and Ron Paul's debate videos, led me to libertarianism. And then libertarianism led me to JFK.
Yeah. Interesting.
Shit, libertarianism led me to JFK.
Yeah.
100%, because they would point to that.
Yeah. Well, that I forgot,
fucking
because the other
examples.
one is the Federal Reserve for like
Exactly.
a beginner conspiracy course. You know, you can start with the Federal Reserve too. I kind of forgot about that one.
Yeah.
Like there's plenty
you
of
know
them,
what?
but it's
I don't
like
know if
there's
you can
entry
start-
points.
I don't know if you can start. Yeah, Federal Reserve is not an entry point. JFK is an entry
Yeah,
point because
yeah.
that's a fucking stone cold stunner. Where
Yeah,
you're like,
yeah.
anything's possible.
That's
Like
got the entertainment value. It's not that boring.
Yeah. It's a hard hitter.
Yeah.
And it's for anyone, it's what's that called? Like when your ancestors pass down things to you.
I don't know.
It's like a legacy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's fucking, it's handed down in
Yeah.
fucking tales.
Yeah, and like they were traumatized.
Yes.
They were They loved JFK.
Bro,
like,
that's fucking
people
crazy,
fucking
bro. They
loved
blew
him.
his fucking brains out on
Yeah,
fucking television.
on TV.
They didn't know about the Zapruder film, though.
They didn't even wait till he went abroad. Like, why don't you wait till he goes to like France or something?
We're doing this shit in Dallas.
They're like, no, we're doing it in Dallas. We're doing it in the heart of
Their hospital
America.
The hospital
my
sucks.
God.
We could plant the
Crazy.
bullet there and everything.
So much shit.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But any of those, like, you know.
Fuck, where's the bullet? We got the bullet out. What are we going to say is the bullet? I'll just leave this bullet over here on this bed.
Well, that's like,
Hey, I found the bullet. Somebody just standing there pointing to it.
I love that shit.
Bro, back then, you could get that because there's no,
It's
like,
so much
everything's
easier.
lost.
And they just do
Yes.
it differently now. They just do it differently.
You could
now.
literally do that. Be like, hey, man, I found this bullet over here. And
Yeah.
everybody gets it.
Well, like,
And
look
then-
what they do. Like, what they do to Trump is the modern version of that. And I don't, like, feel bad for Trump
No.
because, like, I'm just not that into it.
I
but
just hate seeing the power structure work.
yeah, and then you're like, this is, like, what they'll attempt
Yeah.
to do at least is like, you can't run.
Yeah.
We're-
Because I just want to beat it in people's heads. Like, hey, don't you see if they're able to do that to him?
Yeah.
They can do that to anyone.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, look what they did to Ye. Like, we were going to
Yeah.
talk about that. And look what they did to
Look what they did to Ye. Look what they didn't do to Epstein
Alex Jones.
and JP
Yeah, they
Morgan.
didn't do any of
They
that
didn't
shit.
do anything.
No,
That's fine.
no.
That's cool.
No way.
Right? For those of you that don't know, JP Morgan assisted. JP Morgan himself was helping bring girls to Epstein's Island. No, something with the financials. JP Morgan was well aware of what he was into and was helping him launder money. I'm just making accusations. But JP Morgan, some fucking article I read, I should look it up just to like cover my ass.
No, we don't do that.
But
This is like to bring it back to a point that you were making where people go like the source people. They're like source, data, and nothing would be enough. Like the point that I was making to like Angleton admitting it or anyone admitting it on their deathbed. You're like, you keep asking for a source. You're like delaying. That's all you're doing.
Yeah.
You're just delaying or trying to like save face a little bit or like save your own psyche. Because it is like when you first get into conspiracies, you're like, fuck. This is a lot to take in at once because you're like, it'd be one thing if you couldn't really determine that it was true. If it was kind of up in the air, you'd be like, well, that's an interesting story. But when it's that cut and dry, you're like, fuck, that's true. Like this sucks. Like I didn't want it to be true. Like you don't want to be right about these things.
and you're following your gut.
Yeah.
Like you're just following. You feel like a reporter as you're reading through this stuff, and I don't. Sometimes I gotta like really like think about like, am I getting excited about this because I feel like it's real, or am I getting excited about this because I feel like I'm learning something somebody else doesn't know?
Yeah, it's probably both.
Like I can't wait to fucking tell people.
It's also like
"Did you hear about
there's
this?"
like elements of confirmation bias too that like we get as well. But it's just like, hey man, it's up to you. I'm like, I look at someone who says to me like, you're an idiot. Like, you're
Yeah.
out of your mind. You think JFK was an inside job or 9/11 was an inside job. I'm like, just show me evidence that's more convincing than what I've seen. Like, I gladly admit that I
how do you
fucked up.
How do you not question it? Like JFK is like, I don't know how anybody actually believes it is like cut and dry. Just one man shooter. Like this,
Just
so
by
much,
not looking into it.
I guess just by not.
It's
looking
like
into
people
it, right?
do it now. I mean, it's like all these things that are going on. You know, if you don't know anything about the like relationship between Ukraine and Russia, then you are under the assumption that Stalin is the new Hitler, which is the most ludicrous thing because like no one hates Nazis more than Russians.
Yeah.
Like that's a deep-seated like ethnic level of hatred that they have for one another. That was like the most brutal fighting in any war, you know, recorded probably. It was on the Eastern Front.
Unloaded.
It was Russians and Germans, and they fucking, I mean, like today, Germany and Russia don't get along, but it's because Germany is just part of the EU and they're like an American vassal state. But there's not hatred. But Nazis, like, Russians fucking hate Nazis. But if you're so disconnected with like the history there or anything that goes on, you're like, Putin is Hitler. This is a Nazi-like invasion, like what they did in Poland. Like, that's the way you make sense of things because people have Marvel brain, and everything's a Marvel movie. They're like, it's a Marvel movie. Ukraine is Captain America, and Russia is Thanos. And I don't even know if that's, like, chronologically correct because I don't watch Marvel movies, but that's how they make sense of the world.
Yeah, well, they're really good at that propaganda and, like,
Yeah.
all the fucking movies and stuff. Like, I stopped watching all those, like... Zero Dark 30 movies.
Oh no!
Because, like,
yeah,
I want to watch them because I like the storyline and stuff. But then I'm like, they're trying to program me.
it's the same with the Tom Cruise movie. What was it called? The flying movie? Top Gun.
That's a good fucking movie though. It is
Okay,
a
that's
patriotic
fine,
movie.
but it's like I saw part of it. I couldn't keep watching it. Like I saw it. It was just I was flipping through, watching TV. And I saw, I just watched it for like 15 minutes because I'm like, this has got to be war propaganda because, like, what else would it be? And they just talk, correct me if I'm wrong, but they never say who the enemy is. They just say the enemy the whole movie. Am I wrong about that? Did they ever clarify who the enemy is in that movie?
I think you're right.
I don't think they ever clarify.
Like what
it's
country
like
it is.
The timing of it, right when this stuff's happening with Russia, right when this shit's happening, and they're just like the enemy, enemy.
To who it may concern.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, dude, you know, I don't know. It's just like we think we're untouchable and we're the best, and it's like, come on. And it's all mythology because when you look at, like we were just saying about World War II, like Russia defeated the Nazis. Okay, we
100%,
helped.
yeah.
We helped, and we held back. You know, we took care of the Japanese. Then we dropped nukes on them for no reason, like assholes. But, you know, that was our role. And Russia was like, we'll take care of the Nazis. That's what happened. And that was the most powerful military in the world at the end of the war, like unquestionably. So, you know, Russia's badass too. Like the fucking, you watch their war propaganda, it's like, it's almost on par. I mean, it doesn't quite get better than American war propaganda, but Russian, you watch like these Wagner Group videos. I'm like, oh, those guys are fucking badass, dude. Like that shit's awesome. Like it is good war propaganda. And again, it's like, I don't like war propaganda, but I can acknowledge when it's good.
Yeah.
And like Top Gun is good.
It's really good.
War propaganda.
A lot of those fucking movies are.
Yeah.
Most of them are.
I just like, I get so turned off by things when they start like, I was watching, you know, the Steve Carell TV show that came out that was on like Hulu.
Air Space Force?
The Patient. Oh. No. It was like a serious show. No, that's a different one. But it was like a serious show. It's called The Patient. And it came out like last year. And it was like, it's like Steve Carell's a therapist, a Jewish therapist. Stunning surprise there. He's a Jewish I'm Jewish, by the way. You can't get mad at me. He's a Jewish therapist. And that's not even important because he's therapizing this guy or whatever the fuck. And he gets abducted by him. And it turns out that this guy is a serial killer, but he wants to get better. So he abducts Steve Carell and he's like, I'm keeping you here, held hostage until I get better. And the premise is good. But all of a sudden in like the third episode, Steve Carell as like this hostage starts getting like Holocaust flashbacks. Even though it's like set in 2022, he's like 50. He wasn't in the Holocaust. Like, it just all of a sudden became like Holocaust propaganda. That became like an important part of the show where it's like he kept having these like flashbacks of his ancestors. And I'm like, I don't like trauma porn.
Yeah.
Like the TV always tries to tell me like, Dave, you're Jewish. And if you were there, you would have died too. They would have thrown you in a camp too. And I'm like, I don't like that. My parents like it. A lot of my family members like it. My parents, the last time I saw them, they're like, Ken Burns made a Holocaust documentary. It's amazing. There's so much footage of the emaciated Jews in the camps. And I'm like, why the fuck would I want to watch that? You're just getting traumatized. Like ancestral trauma so that they can get you to think a certain way about things.
Like
so you can be
porn.
afraid of certain ideas. And I'm like, dude, just like stop watching the trauma porn. Like they do the same thing to black people, but the outcome's different. With Jews, they say, aren't you scared? Aren't you scared? They're all out to get you. Aren't you scared? And with black people, they go, aren't you angry? Look at what they did to you. Aren't you angry? Look at what they did to your ancestors. But the result is the same. At the end of the day, they're like, do what we tell you, okay? So everything's going to be fine. We want the same thing as you, But fuck no, they don't. Like, of course not. At least in the case, like, with the black people, it's like whites doing it to them, With black people getting trauma porn in, like, these movies. I'm going to make an aside, too. But with black people, it's white people controlling them. But with Jewish trauma porn, it's Jews controlling lower level Jews. Like that's the distinction there. But what I was going to say was, and this was so funny, and I wrote this into a bit, but it's just like something I noticed. And I don't know if you saw the preview for that Will Smith movie that's coming out. I
avoid it.
Dude, there's a Will Smith movie coming out where he's a slave.
I know that movie.
And I know exactly what happened. He woke up the day after the slap. After the Oscars, he woke up in the morning. He looks at his phone. He's got like 1,000 messages. He's like, oh, fuck, I really blew it. He calls up his agent and he's like, are there any movies where I could be a slave? And his agent's like, all right, bro, I got you. And he got in this role. And I guarantee you they're going to let him back at the Oscars because they're going to be like, he acted like a slave, though. They're like, look. No, they're going to be like, look, it was really bad what he did to Chris. Before. He apologized. Well, I like my version of events better, but you're probably right. Vic, you're absolutely probably right, but I like my timeline better because it's funnier. But either way, it's like the timing was so hilarious. Yeah. It was like, I fucked up. All right, I'm going to be a slave in a movie. Like, maybe they'll forgive me. And it's like, this is how they do things. It's just sad. It's really sad.
What was, what's his name upset about? Did this guy do something wrong when he made Schindler's List?
I don't know. The British guy?
Who the fuck made Schindler's List?
The guy who directed it? Wasn't it Spielberg?
I think it's Spielberg, but I forgot who else. I don't know. Hold that thought. I got to piss. I'm going to be right back. And we're back. All right. I fucking feel so much better. I was dying for for so long. I was like, can I make it? And then I was like, I brought up the sponsors to read off at the end, and I was like, I'm not going to make it through these sponsors. I was like, I'm going to rush through it. Oh, my God. All right, so, yeah, like you said, I think we covered.
We covered a lot. And you know what's funny? When I saw you, when we planned this, I was like, the only thing we're talking about is yay.
Yeah, I know, like and that was so 6 long
weeks
ago.
So I'll direct people to my podcast if they'd like to hear about that because I very much stand with Ye. And if you'd like to hear a Jew's take on why Ye is still a legend.
Why Ye is the way?
Ye is the way.
Ye is the way.
And stop being so mean to him. And if you want a Jewish take on that, and I talk about the Jewish trauma stuff because that has a lot to do with it. That really, at the end of the day, that has a lot to do with it. Because it's very easy. That's perhaps like the they'll make Jews afraid, but they're also really good at making Jews hate people. You know, they'll be like, this guy wants you back in those camps.
Fierce, powerful.
Yeah. So they can direct you who to really, really like loathe in a deep, meaningful way. And that's the treatment that Ye's getting. But yeah, so my podcast is Storytime with Dave. You already mentioned it. It's on like Apple Podcasts, Spotify. But I did like 3 episodes ago. I did like an hour and something on Ye. Pretty much covered it all. But I'm kind of bummed out that we didn't get to talk about it. But it's probably for the best for your podcast.
We'll do it again.
Yeah.
We'll do it again. That's great. Dave, how do people find you on Instagram?
My Instagram's Namery. Like it's D and then the word name and then RY, all one, all together now. Namery. Yeah, Namery. Name RY.
Namery. Awesome, dude. All right, that is it. But can't forget these wonderful sponsors that keep the
lights on.
No, I was gonna say keep the lights on, but there's no
Mike
lights to keep on. They keep the website going.
All right.
They keep the website going that hosts this podcast. 18 pool tables. They are the area's best pool table movers in New Jersey and the entire tri-state area. They're at njnypooltableservice.com. njnypooltableservice.com. If you need your table moved, you need some new felt on it because you killed a hooker on your pool table, they can come and replace it. They won't ask any questions.
Those tables are expensive.
The tables are expensive.
You want them handled with care.
You want them handled with care and by professionals. Don't try moving this shit by yourself. All right. So njnypooltableservice.com. We also got Empire Service and Water New Jersey. Sewer and Water New Jersey. God damn it. It is Empire Sewer and Water NJ.com. Residential services. They have commercial services. They've got residential, commercial. Oh, it just keeps looping the website.
It's just those two.
They just only have residential.
Well, what else would there
commercial.
be? There's residential and there's commercial. There's not any others.
They'll come and clean your pipes, right? They got they have it again, residential, and they really do beat it home that there's only 2 options for you, residential and commercial. They'll fix your pipes. Combat Fitness Club in Ridgefield Park, New Jersey. Go check them out. 186 Main Street, Ridgefield Park. You can follow them on Instagram, combat_fitness_club. Cardio boxing. They have full body workouts, classes, all that good shit. It's the new year. Go do something with your life. Lose a little weight. Go in there, get punched in the face by Dane, and have a good time. And that is it for the podcast. Say goodbye, Dave.
Bye. I love you.
I love you too. Mwah.
You're listening to my dad of the Bean.